Hello all and welcome back to another video. So you join me on vlog 7 of me going from Australia to England, just documenting my journey. So yeah, this week I'm feeling much better. I've realised what my problem was when it came to my mental health. Last week's video I was feeling really down. I didn't know what the reason was. It wasn't until I got home I realised it was that I need to keep doing stuff, because when I'm not doing stuff I start to feel bad for not doing stuff. It sounds really stupid. The last month I think I basically worked out. Now, I got diagnosed with autism back in 2017, and I'm pretty sure I've got also ADHD, because the things I've been listening to and the reading about and how you process and how you live, I'm pretty sure I've got ADHD, because my brain is constantly going. So ADHD, basically, you don't have to be hyperactive, you know, bouncing around the room, jumping and having a load of excess energy. You can also look really calm, but it's what's going on up here is what ADHD is. So yeah, I've constantly got thoughts racing through my mind. I've started taking a little bit of a over-the-counter sleeping tablet. I've been breaking it up, and it just allows me to silence those thoughts for a little bit to allow me to get off to sleep. So yeah, which explains why when I went down to Mantra to step away and just to try and relax, why I felt even worse. We're in the front room here. I wanted to come in here because every day I come here and I look out over there, and that is the direction I'll be travelling when I hop on the plane and head back home, and I'm really looking forward to that. Now, I've got some plans booked, which is really good, so I'm going to share with you what's happening. I also want to show you what's happening around the house. So you might have noticed some of the walls are a bit bare now, like this one here, the one over there, and in the front room. Well, I got rid of the prints. The neighbour across the road took hold of them, and yeah, she's going to put some on her wall, and she's going to sell some to friends and family, which is going to be really good, or anyone who's interested, which is marvellous. But yeah, now everything is, you know, getting empty, removed, you know, my desk is packed up, the most part of it, or it's behind the door here, all ready for the removalists. It feels really empty in here. You might remember that it had all my prints on this wall. I had a pinboard there, so I would have my test prints there. You know, ink and stuff and cameras all there. They're all gone. They're all packed up. I have wall storage over here. That's gone. It's just really empty. So now this room is not being used. It's just a room where just stuff is remaining for stuff that needs to get packed up, really. I've got another little box down there with other stuff. So yeah, it's not an operation, but yeah, I've got my cameras in here, which are coming in with me, but they're going to be getting put in the container. So yeah, I've got some film stick cameras there, I've got my flash, got some lenses and everything. I'm going to pack it up even more, so everything's going to be nice and secure. But yeah, so much is happening, or happening in stages anyway. It seems to be coming in bursts. So there's a lot happening and then it goes for a quiet period. But yeah, you can see how much I'm done now. Just the amount of boxes I've got, and the amount of stuff I've got, really. If I were to subtract, you know, camera gear and camping stuff, I don't really have that much at all. Because these 3 boxes right here are camping. I do have some other stuff which is camping as well. This here that I packaged up recently, that's my hi-fi, so that's my Rotel amp and my Bose & Wilkins speakers. Tripods and light modifiers and stands and everything are in that one. That's my Electron lighting setup there. Fridges, monitors, printers. That's my Canon Pro 1000 down there that I got off a friend. So yeah, a lot's happening. And by the way, I'm recording this on my Fujifilm X-T4, which is now back from the repairers. No idea what they really done to it, because they didn't really say what they done to it. But I'm pretty certain that they basically put all new internals in the camera. The reason why is the shutter count when I got it back was 0. So Yeah, and when I sent it off to them, it was at over 1,000. So yeah, but this brings me nicely onto what I've got now. So I'm just going to balance my camera there. I've got a new bag for when I go to England, which is this little guy. I won't go into it too much, but basically when I was down in Mandurah and I had to go using my messenger style bag, it actually put me in quite a bit of pain, despite only wearing it for about 10 minutes. So I knew that I needed to, go with something else. So this bag will work. It only cost me $120 from an eBay seller, and when you buy them in the shops it goes for about $300, so yeah, pretty happy with that. And I can put my laptop in the top here, my 14-inch MacBook, so that's perfect, and I can put my camera gear in here, and I've got storage up in the top here, which is going to be ideal. Since power is going to be really critical for when I'm like travelling around the airports, going on the trains, when I don't have access to power, I bought this. This is made by Anker. I think I'm pronouncing that right. This is a 86.4 watt-hour battery in here. It puts out 140 watts, and you can also charge it really quickly as well, which is really, really good. So that's and I can charge it with my MacBook Pro charger, which is awesome. Most of them you can only charge them about like 15 watts input. So yeah, this is great, and it's got a nice little display there. I can cycle through and see how many cycles it's had, seeing what the temperature is, because that's quite important, the battery health, battery cycles, the watt hours, output and input. So yeah, it's fantastic. So, and that was about $180, a little bit steep, but for power on the go and for peace of mind, it's going to be great. So I can charge my headphones, charge my phone up, charge my camera, charge my MacBook, which is going to be awesome. I did also buy myself some new headphones for the trip to England, because my other headphones I have, my Bose & Wilkins PX7 I think they are, carbon, they're not very good at noise reduction. It was always a gripe, so when I'm on the train you can still hear everything. So I ended up buying these Bose & Wilkins, something, I can't remember the model, but something Ultra. They are expensive, but my goodness, when you wear these and you put it in the quiet mode, I won't be able to hear anyone on the plane. I can just, put my headphones on, put a bit of music on, listen to a podcast, and I'll be able to zone out, and it's going to be great for my anxiety or anything, or just want to step away, and I'll bring some stuff so I can just put on my nose or something just to get away from the smells on the plane. So yeah, great little pair of headphones. There's a bit of compromises to be made with them, but that's with everything really. I've got a new lens as well. Since when I land in England, when I get, I'm going to be spending 4 nights at the airport. That's just to get over the jet lag and just come to terms with what's going on. And then after that I'm going down to Eastbourne, where I'm spending 5 nights. Now I'm going to be catching the train down with my auntie, which is going to be really nice. Not sure what we're going to talk about, but it's just going to be nice to be there with them. Being here in Australia, I'm very isolated from my family in England. I've basically disconnected from them, but it's just going to be nice to just see some of my family again. So yeah, she's going to come down with me. She's going to spend maybe a night or 2 down there. I'm not too sure what her plans are. But yeah, I'll be spending 5 nights down at Eastbourne. Really looking forward to it. I'm going to be staying at a Premier Inn in town. And then I'm just going to go for walks around the area, go back to my old stomping ground and try and get out there and take some photos. But what I do need to get is a new tripod, and I'm going to get that when I'm in England. But the problem I have is I was planning on buying a tripod from Jessop's in Eastbourne, but they've shut down. So as far as I know, there aren't any camera places around. So that's going to be a bit of a problem unless I get something cheap and nasty, which I'm not really too much of a fan of. I might just have to buy one of those cheap tripods, the ones with the centre column and the things that come out the bottom, which kind of restrict you. I could work with that short term. And then when I get to Newcastle, then I'll buy myself another tripod. The reason why I've got this is my new lens. This is my Fuji 55-200 lens, and I picked this up off eBay for $845. I can't believe how expensive Fuji glass is, even if you buy second hand. Some people are selling these for the same price as I can get them new, so it made sense. So this is important because I'm going to an event. Once I've finished in England, once I've finished in Eastbourne, I'm going to be going to Brands Hatch, and there's an event happening there. I'm going to be staying at the Holiday Inn not far from there, and I'm going to be meeting up with a fellow photographer off of Instagram. He's an amateur motorsports photographer. Yeah, he wants to learn motorsports photography, and I want to get out there and take some photos at this event. It's the British GT Championships, so it's on the full circuit. I haven't photographed there in 9 years, and it's going to be so nice to go back there. My old stomping ground, my old way of life. And I'll bring you along on that as well. It's going to be such a good event. So yeah, I've got my tickets already booked, I've got them printed out, and yeah, it's going to be so good. Once I finish that event, I'm going to go to, what's the area? Not far from Brands Hatch, and I'm catching up with one of my cousins that I haven't seen for ages. Chatham is where I'm going. So I'm going to be spending 2 nights at the Premier Inn there. Quite expensive. For what the area is, but there isn't much accommodation. That's probably why the prices are higher. So I'm going to be spending 2 nights there, and looking forward to catching up with my cousin Adam and seeing what his life is like there, you know. So yeah, that's going to be really good. And then after that, I'm heading all the way up to Newcastle. I'm just having a look at my phone because that's where everything is. So once I finish there, I'm staying at a hotel which is at a golf course. And the reason why I'm going there is I want to have a go at playing a little bit of golf. I haven't played golf in many years, and it would be nice to go back and have a go, seeing if I still got it. But my main concern with that is I've got carpal tunnel in both wrists, and normally I can only hit a ball about 5 times before I'm in absolute agony. So yeah, I'm hoping to just go to the driving range and seeing how far I can hit a ball again. When I was 15, I got sponsored. I had a manager and everything, and I was looking at going pro with that. I could hit a golf ball at the age of 15, remember. I was about 49, 52 kilos. I could hit a golf ball over 200 metres. I would sometimes hit it past the end of the range. The ranges here are about, I had a look on Google Maps recently, it was about 230 metres, and I could hit past there. I remember my favourite driver was a 2, I think it was, or a 3. It had a slightly bit more angle pitch, and a 1 iron, one club, 1 iron, I can't remember what the names were, but I would be able to, with a 1, I didn't really like it too much. It was too much of a front on. I liked it when I could get a bit of a spin on the ball, which yeah, I could hit that about 200 to 220. With a 7 iron I really liked. I could hit that ball about 140 to 160 metres. Yeah, I had a hell of a swing on me. I think it was more down to the technique, and that's how I got hunted. And I was just going down to golf courses every single weekend and spending money on my equipment. It'd be nice going there and just experiencing it. And I do wonder what would have happened if I didn't develop carpal tunnel from labouring work I was doing back then. Would I have been a pro golfer? What would my life have been like? Yeah, it would have been, yeah, I'm sure it would have been interesting. But, you know, my journey to where I am now has still been interesting. It's been hard, but yeah, would I have been gone through those hardships that I went through over the years? Anyway, so after that, I'm going to be going just into Newcastle Centre. I'm going to be staying at a Holiday Inn there. For I think 4 nights, I think it is. Let me have a look. Yeah, 4 nights, and then after that, I've got nothing else planned on my agenda. You know, staying in these hotels is very expensive compared to renting. It's so much more expensive. It gives me great flexibility in that. If I were to just have a short-term rental, then I'm sort of more fixed in, and I don't want that. I want flexibility. So the downside of flexibility is increased costs. But once I'm finished there, I think I'm going to head to, there's a Premier Inn in Whitley Bay. I want to see what that area is like, and then after that I'm going to be looking for a rental, and it shouldn't take too long. Looking at the rental periods, how long it takes to get into a rental property, it looks about 1 to 2 days if it's a vacant premises, which will be great. Then after that I'm going to get myself or when I get to Newcastle as well, I'm going to get myself a car. With Hertz it's about £120 a week, which is really good, plus insurances, plus fuel. Yeah, so but it's a lot cheaper than my original quote I got. I think down south is more expensive. Up north it seems to be a little cheaper, which is great. But yeah, apart from that, not much else. I'm looking at 4-bedroom houses, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, detached, and probably around a budget of about £1,100 to £1,300 a month. Work, nothing lined up. I'm just going to keep my options open. I've got a good amount of money that I can live off. So yeah, anyway, I think that's probably everything. I don't really have much more to update you on. Yeah, I'm still trying to work things out, but I'm in a much better mental health state than where I was a couple of weeks back. So yeah. Anyway, I always feel like I'm rambling on these videos. There's no real structure to them. I think I've gone over everything as well, but yeah. Anyway, I'm Simon, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Okay, bye for now, everyone.